Let's boot up the old Streamerino. Okay. Let's have a bit of a watch of this. No, I don't know how loud this is going to be. Let's knock the volume down. There we go. That's fine. Or why is it so blurry? Produce your videos better, FM. Jesus.
Welcome to FMTV. My name is Joe Tomlinson.
Hi, Joe.
And today we're talking about tactics.
Ooh.
Tactics are one of the most important elements of Football Manager, and Football Manager 2018 offers plenty of ways to help you better understand tactics to get the best out of your squad on
To better understand them.
match days alongside
Not too
some
hand-holdy, I
new
hope.
options. When you click on the Tactics tab in Football Manager
Okay. Is this different to what we have now?
2018,
A little bit. Your tactic selection's here. I hope you can have more information readouts like you can on this version. I presume you can.
you'll immediately notice a radical departure from the tactics screen of old. You'll see that there are now
not
two
that radical, is
distinct
it?
panels, tactics and players. The tactics section is where you select your formation, mentality and team shape and deliver team and player instructions. The players section allows you to handle team selection and change player roles, as well as specifying if you want each member of the team to deliver team and player instructions. The players section allows you to handle team
So position. So you go into the personalized one. And then this is, I guess, where you edit the instructions.
As well as specifying if you want each member of the team to use the default or personalized player instructions.
Oh, yeah.
You
So you can have them
expand,
saved up.
reduce and pin the tactics section depending on which part of the screen you want.
I wonder if you can save instructions to players. So if you can assign, say, using Man United as an example, I'd want Herrera and Pogba to play differently. But I might want them both to play, like, to exchange. So I'll have one of them both of them as deep line playmakers, say. I want one of them to get further forward, being Pogba, but I want someone to close down more if he's Herrera. So, like, if you just make the substitution, do you have to do the individual tactics, or can you save it to a player?
To focus
I wonder.
on. When the tactics section is reduced, you can still move players around the mini tactics pitch.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's good. Actually.
Around the mini.
So you can so you've basically just got your squad selection window there. Oh, that'll be really good because then you can just have loads and loads and loads of feedback, and you've still got your instructions and you can still choose your tactic. That's good.
Pitch. And by pinning the tactics panel, you can work with both panels at the same time.
My God.
The new tactics screen is less cluttered and easier to get to grips with without losing
Until I get my hands on it, yeah.
functionality. Nowadays, most real-life clubs conduct a pre-match briefing ahead of their matches, so this has been incorporated into Football Manager 2018.
Oh.
These briefings usually occur on the eve of a match and give you the opportunity to explain to the squad what it is you want them to focus on in the upcoming fixture. You can run them through your tactics, player, team and
Go with our custom formation. Okay.
position instructions and
The majority of the squad seem to agree that more time needs to be spent working on this formation. That's cool.
any changes you've made to the squad. Your tactics analysis and scouts reports on the opposition are viewable on the right-hand side of the screen, so you can incorporate elements of these into the meeting. You're able to clearly gauge the reactions of the squad to everything you say on the main meeting screen as well. If you're more of a hands-off manager, then you do have the option to let your assistant do the talking
Roy Keane.
for you. Analysis has also been incorporated into tactics in a more intuitive way. Firstly, you'll notice on the tactics panel that there is a dedicated analysis section that shows trends from your recent matches. These are clearly split out.
Okay. I'm wondering how much of this is... Oh, this will be from your new... the data analyst actually doing stuff now, won't it? So not so much your assistant's view of how you've been playing. Because your assistant feedback's usually pretty rubbish, isn't it? It's usually... He's always trying to get you to play his formation the way he wants to play. I wonder if this is a more impartial breakdown from your chief analyst or whatever.
Into positives and negatives. There's also
you might be able to choose
tactical
that.
analysis on your tactics pitch. The grid overlay shows areas of potential exposure, taking into
That's
account
cool.
the formation and role set for each player. Areas that are red or orange show where you're particularly vulnerable. The analysis also highlights partnerships between your players. This takes into account factors such as the role selected as well as recent performances. So, for example, players who have been successfully stringing...
Is that what these are? These kind of arcs? These McDonald's arcs?
Or creating opportunities for each other will be highlighted with
Arches.
a green connecting line indicating a strong partnership made possible by the new dynamics features in FM18.
I wonder if you can have partnerships... like have it going from defense to midfield, or even if you could have like 2 centre-backs and a goalkeeper. Because that'd be amazing if you could have your 2 centre-backs and your keeper, and then your 2 centre-mids all tying together, almost like FIFA. You know, like you have
Some new player roles
chemistry
also make
triangles.
their debut in this year's edition. The Segundo Volante looks to support in both defence and...
The Segundo Volante is different from the deep line playmaker in that their role is primarily defensive. They're suited to being paired with an anchorman. Also different from the ball-winning midfielders, as they run often with the ball, rather than late run. Ah, right. So it's a deep-lying box-to-box, so not quite a regista, not a regista, roaming playmaker. Because a roaming playmaker is more of an advanced, like he won't get stuck into tackles and stuff. That's cool. That's almost like a Nangolan type player, I guess. Or even like a Pogba. Late runs, getting in challenges, box-to-box role, playmakery.
And attack from the defensive midfield position, whilst the Mezzala and the Carrilero roles are new additions in the central midfield position.
Okay.
The Mezzala...
Similar to a box-to-box midfielder, but with less defensive responsibility. Mezzala gets into the attacking positions that an inside forward would usually be found in. Ah, okay. So, Frank Lampard, basically.
Operates centrally, but strives to get into positions that an inside forward would usually occupy. The Carrilero, on the other hand...
The Carrilero, or shuttler, is a supporting role, more often than not utilised as part of a midfield 3, or as 2 central midfielders and a diamond midfield. It's the job of these shuttlers to cover lateral areas, and link the defensive midfield area with the midfield area. That's what separates the Carrileros from a box-to-box. Not expected to shuttle between boxes, but merely between lines in the midfield. That's great. I've wanted that for ages. I've wanted a midfielder that will cover a wide space when your wingers get forward. Oh, that's really cool. That'll make like narrow 4-3-3s really usable. Ooh, or 5 at the... Like a 3-4-3 even, or a 3-5-2.
Had shuttles between midfield lines.
Those new
role
roles.
is the inverted winger, which...
Inverted winger. Him to frequently cut inside into the attacking third to open up space for overlapping fullbacks, to subsequently overload retreating defenders. The inverted winger works best when the player's strongest foot is the opposite to the side. So an inside forward then. With the support duty, the inverted winger will cut diagonally across the defence and play the ball through the middle. That just sounds like a wide playmaker then. That just sounds like you're playing a playmaker on the midfield left. So it's almost like an inside forward playing on the left. That's going to be similar to the wingers at Atletico, isn't it? That's what they do. They kind of cut inside and congest the middle.
Can be applied to either the left or the right midfield.
The support duty... is it just on support then? I know it was the attack. What does the attack do?
Some of the existing roles
What does the attack do?
Tweaked a bit too. Trequartista can now be assigned to players in the AMR or AML positions, and inverted wingbacks
Messi
now have a duty to attack as well as defend.
That's good.
There are a host of new player and team instructions.
That always seemed a bit restricted. The inverted wingback, sorry. Because you could only have them on support.
You can ask your team to look for the underlap in the final third, while in the play...
Oh, but you still can't just choose one side. I want to be able to choose an overlap on one side. What else we got in there? Side trap. Positions. You've still just got the standard closing down. Time wasting fill. There seems to be a lot of breaks there. The underlap's cool though. That'll work for inverted wingbacks, obviously.
Instructions menu, you can instruct players to mark a specific position and
you can already. Oh, you can mark specific positions. That's really good for when players switch. And deep lane playmaker center, you can run wide, so you can get that Angel Di Maria shuttling inside winger type thing.
To run wide with the ball. There's a new player-preferred move this year too, as you can ask defenders to bring the ball out of defence, and more choices with free kicks in the set-piece creator.
We're detraining that from John Stones.
With the ability to set different free kicks based on where the free kick is being taken.
That's really cool.
The tactical innovations in Football Manager 20.
That's really cool. A frustration with the free kicks has been, here's your attacking free kick, here's your defending free kick, on what side? Now you've got wide, what is it? Wide, narrow, deep, indirect. So you got direct, free kick, I'm guessing that's kind of this area. Indirect, central, indirect wide, indirect deep. That's really cool.
With the ability to set different free kicks based on where the free kick is being taken from. The tactical innovations in Football Manager 2018 make it easier to implement your tactical philosophy whilst giving you more control. With the addition of tactical analysis at the heart of the tactics screen, it's easier to judge in what areas of the pitch your tactic leaves you vulnerable, and the pre-match briefing allows you to find out what the players are thinking too. To sum it up, Tactics in FM18 offers more possibilities, is easier to use, and gives better feedback.
Anything that gives you more feedback, I'm all for.
TV, and for more information on Football Manager 2018, visit footballmanager.com.
Well then, there we go. There we go. That looks pretty good, actually. I was all ready to poo-poo it, but some of those features look really cool. I'm still a little miffed that you can't choose one side to have the overlap on, and an initialized position. So, of every position on the pitch, where you can just select every attribute. Every preferred move that you want them to play would be nice. But other than that, those new roles sound pretty cool. I'll have to do a tactic, I think, maybe in the beta, where we try and just use all the new midfield roles. And I presume there's going to be new defensive and attacking roles, maybe. It does look very good, though. I'm all for that. Any questions? Drop them in. Let's start the discussion, shall we? Pretty much team meeting, nothing quite losing the dressing room just before your big derby game.